stay if you can, because this is something that pertains to all of us, and this is something that inshallah we are doing in preparation for Ramadan, inshallah. So can I request Azharbai to close the doors, inshallah? Lock the doors. I'm going to request the youth to sit down, inshallah, or step outside if you have to leave. Jazakumullah khair. So, as Imam mentioned, we have the presentation. We promised that we're going to go over the complete presentation of the activities for the month of Ramadan. But before I do that, there are a really important announcement which is related to the elections. Alhamdulillah, we've worked really hard. We made many announcements for us to go out and vote. The reports are not very favorable to us in a sense that, most of us, Jazakallah khair for brothers and sisters who went out and voted, but for brothers and sisters who have not voted, I request you all to go out and do vote. The early voting is finished. Now this is the time for us to show our presence. As they say, if you're not at the table, you will be on the table. So make sure that we want to be at the table, and this is the only way. This is one of the ways that we have to do. Some of the brothers have stepped up; they are running, but as we always say, EPIC is a 501(c)(3). We don't endorse anybody. We give equal opportunity to everybody, but it is a requirement for us. It is really, really important for all of us to go vote. So please do take some time. I know it's not convenient to vote on the day of the election, but please do, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. I'm sorry? It's Saturday, it's the May 4th, right? Is it May 4th? Yeah, it's May 4th on a weekend. Please do, inshallah. So without further ado, I'll just go ahead and jump into the presentation. So let me just quickly change this. Sorry about that. Okay, this way. This is all right. So what we want to do is quickly go over the following agenda items. The very first one, obviously, the moon sighting. As Imam mentioned multiple times, EPIC follows the global moon sighting, and therefore we will not know until Sunday when the Eid is, when the start of the Ramadan is. So after Maghrib, inshallah, on Sunday, our Amir, Brother Javed Isa, is going to make the announcement, the beginning of the Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala. So this is that, the moon sighting, just so we're all on the same page. Hopefully we will all work together on that. The next is the religious activities. Some of the stuff that we will be doing during Ramadan. Most of it is very straightforward. We have the Taraweeh led by our own Hafiz Sajjad, that first 8, and after that Imam Nadeem is going to do the rest of the Taraweeh, inshallah, all the way 20. So we will have 20 Rakat Taraweeh, first 8 by Hafiz Sajjad and the remaining by our Imam Nadeem. There's going to be daily Khatras only from our Imam Nadeem and Ustad Bajur on a daily basis. There's also Qiyamul Layl. This time EPIC is going to do 2 Taraweehs. So Qiyamul Layl at 2:30. So our Hifz school teacher, Abdullah Mamoon, is going to lead the Taraweeh from 2:30 to 3:30 or until Suhoor, inshallah. So this will be for the first 20 days. So there will be another Quran that will be recited from 2:30 a.m. through 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So the first 20 nights, inshallah ta'ala. So this is a great opportunity for us. If you're unable to participate in the first, you can always come back late at night. We have Qiyamul Layl, obviously the last 10 nights, very similar to what we had done in the last many years. Traditionally, we have done that. This is going to be led by Hafiz Sajjad, Imam Nadeem, and other Hufaz from our community, inshallah, for our leaders. And this is going to be from 3 a.m. to approximately 4 a.m., inshallah. So, Khatmul Quran, as again, traditionally we do this. EPIC has been one of the only masajid that completes the Quran on the 29th of Ramadan. So we'll continue to do the same, inshallah. 29th of Ramadan will be the Khatmul Quran. There's going to be daily quiz conducted by our Imam Nadeem and Ustad Bajur. There's going to be gifts for the winners. Zamzam, inshallah, this time around, mashallah. So be prepared. These are good. This is very interesting. Religious activities continued. This Quran competition, this is a take-home. It's a throughout the month competition for memorization for different ages, as you can see. So I would highly encourage the kids. I'm sorry? I can't hear. Oh. That's a good question. I'll follow up, inshallah. I don't have an answer for that. How many rakat for the second Tarawih? Okay. That's a good question. I'll hold on to that. I'll follow up with that. I'm sorry? At least 8. Okay. So obviously you see, I'm not going to go through that. So I highly encourage. This is a great time for our kids to participate, memorize Quran while you're getting, competition is the best way to learn, and there are prizes out there, as you can see. There's going to be fitra. Obviously, Imam confirmed that this is $10. This year it's going to be $10. We will let you know what day will be an ideal date for all of us to give our fitra so that we can distribute it before the end of Ramadan, inshallah. Just a disclaimer, what you see here, there might be some changes to it. We're going to send this out to the entire community maybe on Saturday, but there might be small changes here and there. So this is just work in progress. So if you do have it. Itikaf for adults and youth will be here, inshallah. Itikaf for adults are going to be on the men extended area on this side, and youth will be on the outreach room, inshallah. Community iftar, again, there's been some debate, some question and answers, some different opinions that came. At the end, it was concluded that this is what majority of the community members want. So we do want to host community iftars. This is a great way for community to get together and break their fasts and have socialize and whatnot. However, this is all dependent on the sponsorships. So when you walk outside, there's a sponsorship calendar, there's slots. So please do put your name on it. So on 25th of Ramadan, I believe, May 25th, the Saturday, Sheikh Yasser will be here, inshallah. So if we have enough sponsors, he will get to see our community getting together for iftar. We are anticipating about 13 to 1500 members for iftar, inshallah, community iftar. So if you can participate sponsoring the iftar, please do so, inshallah. Most importantly, no fundraisers. There's not going to be any organization who's going to be coming and standing and raising funds. Either Ustad or Imam Nadeem will talk for maybe 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes, or 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes about the organization. And then there will be a table outside. So there will not be any interruption to our ibadat, inshallah. So we'll be entirely focusing on Taraweeh and our ibadat, and we move on, inshallah. So this is really, really important to pay attention to. Then we have the educational activities, the education committee. Every year they do so. There's a quiz competition. It's an Islamic quiz competition for youth and adults right here in the main hall. Last year also, Brother Rizwan Hasni was also was one of the quiz masters with Brother Ikram Haq. So this year also, the education committee is going to host a quiz competition for young and the adults as well. So if you do, there is going to be more details that will be sent out for the registration and whatnot, the process. So this is another good way to, inshallah, learn, increase your knowledge and learn new things. Sister activities. Alhamdulillah, our sisters are really active. And they do contribute a lot to the masjid, to the operations of the masjid. They're going to be hosting their all-nighter on May 10th. And this is obviously, we've double-checked with Imam, there's not going to be overnight iftars or qiyam for itikaf for sisters. The EPIC does not allow sisters to stay here overnight in itikaf for sisters. Lots of youth activities. Lots and lots of youth activities. So there's going to be at the CAF, as I mentioned, there's going to be a Ramadan Q&A, daily dose of Quran. I think this is more using the technology. The outreach initiative, the Epic Youth is helping us building the goodie bags that we can buy after they're ready, and we can give it to them as gifts to our neighbors, colleagues, etc. as gifts. So it's $5 per bag. So please do buy from here, and all the proceeds are going to go obviously for youth activities and or for Epic operations, inshallah. This is a good way for us to share Ramadan with our neighbors and colleagues. Youth Iftar every Wednesday, as you can see. This is entirely going to be managed by youth. Hopefully they will be able to not only serve the food but also clean up after they're done. That always has been a little bit fishy. Sisters All-Nighter. There's going to be Young Sisters All-Nighter as well, but this is going to be combined with the Sisters All-Nighter. So the youth sisters and our sisters will be doing an all-nighter here at Epic. They will have full access, complete access to the gymnasium, the entire facility. There'll be security available outside, and suhoor is going to be sponsored for them, inshallah ta'ala, for the sisters. Brothers all-nighters, mashallah, the brothers get 2 all-nighters. So the dates are there. Mostly what happens is when the young are here to do the all-nighter, they get to play, they get to hang out, and at the same time they pray and they learn. It's a good way to socialize and spend the night, inshallah. Community Iftar, the youth, although this is again the same thing, on June 1st, the last Community Iftar is managed by youth. So we provide, again, this is coming from the sponsorships, but all adults kind of step back and the youth take over, and they actually make the arrangements, they do the serving, they do the cleanup also, hopefully. Youth at the CAF is age 16 through 20. Again, I don't know how many slots we might have available. So if you're planning to do at the CAF youth 16 to 20, there's limited space available. So I think there's going to be upper limit on how many we can accommodate from the youth at the CAF. Daily operations. Now some of the things that goes behind the scenes. So just so we're all on the same page, we have operations divided into 5 or 6 tracks. So the daily operations team is responsible for what you see here. Make sure that the operations is smooth, the masjid is clean, smells good, the chairs are set up. After the prayers, it's tear down, audio video is up and running, all the batteries, everything is functional, overflow management and whatnot. So we have an overall Ramadan lead, Brother Basir Sayyed. He's not here today. We probably know him. And then Sister Afreen Sayyed. She is the overall Ramadan lead from the sister side. So, and then the way the sisters divided, this is all from sister side. The sisters divided their responsibilities by week, so that they give a chance for everyone to enjoy Ramadan iftars and whatnot instead of coming here and working. So they are divided by 4 weeks, and the lead for the operations is Sister Kiran Khan, and then the rest of the sisters are leads for by week. They will be responsible for the operations. So this is all done by sisters, managing their own operations. This is all upstairs. One of the most important thing, and this is where Brother Mohsen gets paranoid and our Amir gets paranoid also. So all of our security guards, alhamdulillah, they're all certified. They're all certified security guards. They have been through training and they have gotten their certifications. So they are certified security guards. So all of our security volunteers that you see, may Allah bless them, may Allah protect them. They are standing outside, willing to take the bullet for us. So if you see them, thank them, make dua for them. So all of our security volunteers. Now the security team is responsible for securing the perimeter of the masjid. Okay, so normally you see them outside. But that doesn't mean they're just standing outside. And they have undercover volunteers also that we don't know who they are, but they're also inside the masjid. So they're going to be patrolling both inside and outside the masjid. Their responsibility is to keep an eye on the dangers. They try to protect us, have that danger come to inside the masjid. So that's one of their major goals. They're going to also monitor illegal activities. Unfortunately, we just have to face the fact. This is one of the challenges that not just us, the other communities, but we are also facing. Our own community is facing the same problem with drugs. So we just have to face the fact, accept it, and then see what we can do to help resolve it. So the security team is going to monitor any sort of activities related or suspicious related to drugs or other things. And obviously I mentioned that. Unmarked security volunteers, mentioned that. If you see something, say something. Cannot emphasize more on that. If you come here in the masjid every day, so you're really familiar with what it looks like, what the surroundings are like. If you see anything different that you normally don't see, talk to somebody. Go talk to the security guard, the security volunteer, myself, board, whoever. Just make sure you don't let it go. Make sure you say something. That is really, really important. We also, one other thing is the kids. I mentioned last time, it's very dangerous and it's very unfortunate that all of us are here, we bring the kids here, but if you go outside, you will see the kids playing in the parking lot. Unfortunately, they play and they try to hide behind the cars, parked cars, and they are hiding sometimes underneath the car. So the driver will not be able to see them. And we have seen incidents such. So it is really important as a parent to know where your kid is. Epic is going to do all it can to keep him safe, but at the end of the day, the onus is not on Epic. The onus is absolutely not on Epic. With all due respect, I say that the onus is on the parents. So inshallah, request all the parents to know where your kids are. Video surveillance devices, we have multiple devices that allows us to, it's a mobile device. We can check out, we can keep an eye on the entire facility from one place. So the security team also has access to these mobile devices that will allow them to see do video surveillance. They can use that. Do not block the exits. You see these doors right here? Sometimes what happens is in the rush, we put the chairs right in front of them. So we're going to enforce this very strictly. No blocking of the exits. Know your exits, and we are making sure that these exits will not be blocked. Sometimes people get offended, agitated by that, but we just have to accept it. We just have to know there is a reason for what we are doing, why we are doing, inshallah. Canine dogs. Obviously, these dogs are going to be outside in the parking lot. They're not going to be coming into anywhere close to us. They will be just patrolling the cars outside. Okay, they're going to be just looking for drugs, looking for other things, any suspicious activities. This is something that we're going to be doing this year, inshallah. Other thing, no backpacks. We're going to try not to bring any backpacks, in the masjid. It makes it easier for the security, for all of us to keep an eye on each other. So if you make a standard rule, a general rule, a blanket rule, no backpacks allowed, so it makes it easier for the security team, guards, all of us to say, hey, it's not allowed, don't bring it in here. So people who bring it will stand out. Okay. Also, the security team has been given permission. Again, this is not to offend anybody. This is not to pick on anybody. This is everything to keep us safe. They have been given permission, and of course, like I said, these are trained volunteers. So they have been given permission to investigate any suspicious activities. So they might stop me and ask me some questions. So I should not be getting offended. This is, as a matter of fact, I will congratulate them if they do so and offer them the information that they're asking for. And they have been told if any suspicious activities is noticed, they will involve the law enforcement agencies. I don't know how else to say this, but this is just to keep us safe, inshallah. So hopefully you all understand why we are doing that. The building, including the parking lot. Although this is not a responsibility of the security team, responsibility of all of us community members, that this EPIC is a no smoking building facility that includes the parking lot, all 12 point some acres. So no smoking, that includes vaping as well. So we're going to be putting the signs And the responsibility is not the security teams, but also all of us as members of the community. If you see somebody smoking, you can always go and tell them this is a no smoking zone. Okay? So please do so. The lead for the security is our brother Mohsen Suleiman. If you have any questions, you can always reach out, or any of the team members or the board. Or if you have any suggestions as well. Ji Jadwai.
So backpacks is a great idea. What about ladies who carry big bags with diapers and so on and so forth?
That's we are talking about that right now. We haven't made a decision. That's a good point. We definitely do. Yeah. Safety, we have another team, safety. They're responsible for the internal safety of Epic. So a lot of times these brothers, they make sure that kids are not wandering around in the areas where they're not supposed to go. Because we have many areas that we have not opened up yet in the gymnasium. So it is safe. This team is responsible for that. They make sure that they know the facility really well. They know how to manage emergencies. They've been talking about planning, how to manage emergencies and whatnot. So there have been some emergencies in the past where we had to bring in the paramedics and whatnot, emergency evacuations and things like that. They have made plans. So this team is responsible for that. They also have video surveillance device as well, so they can monitor the entire facility from their device. Brother Sajjad Hassan, he's the lead from the brother's side, and Sister Dania Hamid is the lead from the sister side on this one. So she will also have communication devices with her. Parking, another big area. So parking, we basically have same parking. We extended with the new lot that we purchased. We're going to be, inshallah, Jazakallah khair Brother Mohsen for getting the approval. We're going to be putting gravel on the new lot, so that will give us some additional parking. However, if we don't follow rules, we're going to make 2 parking spots into 1 parking spot. So that if we can be really optimal, we can optimize our parking if we just follow simple rules, and that's what we need to do. So the volunteers responsible, there's a parking team responsible for helping us do so. Some of the key points, I mean, nothing new, no rocket science, very commonsensical things. Most important thing, we're going to be towing all illegally parked cars. We have seen in the past, exits has been blocked, double parked, paramedics could not come in. We have announced multiple times, but this time around, we have no choice but to enforce towing. So this is going to be very strictly enforced. There's going to be a tow truck standing outside, and they have been given instructions to take away any cars that are illegally parked. Some of the illegally parked areas are going to be fire lanes, exits, double parks, etc. So those are the cars that will be towed away. Leads, obviously, Brother Munawar Mandavia, and one of our youth, Brother Ammar Jilani. He is going to be our lead, inshallah. So the parking that you see over here, we have, the parking is going to be, I'm going to see if I can see this, probably not. Can you see? Can you see the spots? So the Star Court is a one-way street. This is only an exit-only street. So this is 14, so the Star Court is only exit-only street. The entrance into the masjid is from this street called Bradshaw. There is another street parallel to Bradshaw, it's called Gibraltar. That street is also an entrance, but it kind of merges into Bradshaw right here. So the bottleneck is around here. That's the bottleneck right here, and then the drop-off zones. That's where the bottleneck is, okay? So our volunteers have been trained to keep the traffic flow as fast as we can. The main goal is, if you notice, what happens is this 14th Street gets backed up. We are all here to pray. We are all coming here to enjoy Ramadan, but at the same time, we are causing a lot of inconvenience to the through traffic. They hate us. They say, because of you, we're getting delayed. So we want to make sure that this street right here, the 14th Street, is drained out as fast as we can. So the purpose of, so the volunteers have been trained, so just if you follow the instructions, come in, 2 lanes, and then come in, go around and park in the back first. First we're going to fill up the back, and then we're going to fill up the gravel. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions to the handicap spots, drop-off zones. So there's going to be a little bit of walking, but it's well worth it. It's for the betterment of all of us. So please do accommodate, inshallah. This,
What is the advantage of closing the Star Court altogether?
because there is to drain the 14th Street. Because if you bring the traffic inside from the Star Court, we used to do this a couple of years ago, and then we saw that it's not working. The police officer will have hard time because there are people crossing the street from the apartments across also. So there's some challenges there, inshallah. So, yeah,
This is a humble request from the homeowners association on both the sides.
yeah.
If you can, please remind them during Fridays and during the first few days of Tarawih, because they block all the streets and they even block our driveways. And every year we have this convenience where not only sometimes park on our driveways, but sometimes they drive on the landscape.
Their landscape is,
All those things. So
that's,
I think we
yeah.
have to basically be conscious of this fact, and it happens on both the sides, both
On the list and Madinus. Right. No.
put it in the announcement and everybody.
Definitely, it's a good point, inshallah. We'll do so. So we just have to be respectful for the people, as long as we are respectful for the people's property and understand that if you're in their position, what would you do? So that will be good point, inshallah. We'll add that. Hold on to your, so, go ahead. Real quick.
When we get down and we stop the Gibraltar Street coming in so that nobody can get in, there's still people that are coming in, when we block Bradshaw coming in, there's still people that are coming in from Gibraltar and they just get stuck right in the middle of the street. Cars are parked on both sides, there's one car that's coming in and they cannot go anywhere. Is there a possibility that we can actually also block Gibraltar from people coming in once this whole area is full?
Right, no, that's a public street. We cannot without getting police officers. So remember, the Bradshaw and Gibraltar are public streets. We don't control it. Only Star Court. We're going to try. Half of Star Court is, and that's where the police officer is.
So we get police officers to block the Star Road and Bradshaw, and we get police officers to block Gibraltar as well.
Right, we can discuss that, inshallah. Let's take that offline and we can discuss that. That's a good point. All right, so events real quick. We have the iftars. We talked about it. Obviously, depending on the iftars, the sponsors, please do sponsor iftar. We have the leads, Brother Munawar, Sister Ghazala, and Sister Farzana Ikram. They're going to be managing the iftars for the ladies, inshallah. Babysitting is available. Ages 3 to 10, 3 to 8. It's free. However, we leave a donation box there. This time, pretty much Epic has a policy of using vendors with liability insurance, so that way we can account them for their actions. But the byproduct of that is the cost goes up. So Epic, although wants to provide this service for free, but we can take donations if you help us out, inshallah. So that's that. Sister Nikat, I think, is the lead for the babysitting. Recreation, obviously, these are the timing for the gyms. So the gym will be open after Isha for the boys. The youth director, Farzan, is going to, inshallah, manage the activities inside the gymnasium. The sisters are going to have access on weekdays till 1 a.m. after Isha. And then for the boys, it will be till 3 a.m. On weekends, the sisters will be able to stay back until 3 a.m. as well. So they have some time to for some activities as well. Most importantly, this access is still members only. We're going to enforce this so that we know who is accessing the gymnasium. Again, this is also related to security as well. So we have to know who's going and staying back. That's that. So with that, inshallah, we'll send this newsletter out and then we'll make sure that you have it by Saturday. If you do have any questions, comments, and suggestions, go for it. So, Jadba, you might have a question, inshallah. It's right after Isha. Oh, it will be after Isha. Too early for... Now, what I'm saying is, it's right after Isha, whatever may be the time. Oh. We talked about it. I think the recommendation from the youth director and everybody else, they said that, we'll see. Inshallah. Jazakallah khair. I think we have some strict parents. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.